Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Leslie. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. It means so much to me when you guys subscribe to my channel. If you're not new, hey girl, welcome back. Today, I'm actually editing this video right now and I dyed my hair with you guys and I realized I don't think I made like a proper intro. So I just wanted to come on here real quick and say hi. And I hope you guys enjoy this video while I'll be sharing a little story time with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and so hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I just finished my workout. I'm about to take a shower, but before I shower I want to do my hair with you guys. So I want to try out this hair color I saw on Amazon. I thought it was so beautiful. It's like a dark rich chocolate brown, but it's a neutral tone. It's not red and it's not gold. It's like in between. So I want to try it out, see how it will do on my hair. And then I also got a 30 developer because I don't want it to be too dark. Like I want it dark, but I don't want it super dark, you know what I'm saying? And this I think will give a nice look to it in the sun. So I think today is going to be a fun day to dye my hair with you guys. A nice coffee here. Ah, delicious. And I was like, you know what? Today feels like it really does need to be a self-care day. I wanted to do some skincare because I feel like I haven't done a face mask in a minute. And like I know my period is coming because I've been so emotional, you guys. Like I feel like my emotions are like just like not in a good space, you know. I just feel like I'm emotional, like I feel like I'm crying easily, and then I feel like right here I have a pimple coming on, like it's barely starting to surface. Today was just one of those days, you guys, like where I was just so overly emotional. I try not to complain too much because I know that that's so annoying when people always are complaining and shit. But honestly, there's something that did bother me. Like I wanted these leggings that I had bought myself for my birthday, and they literally they were supposed to arrive on my birthday. I checked and it said that they had arrived at my mailbox. So now they don't know where my package is. This is how it felt this morning. I've been trying not to go off the deep end. I don't think you wanna give me this morning, you guys. Literally, I was like, what the fuck? And I just cried, and like I almost stopped myself from crying, but then I was like, no girl, you need to allow yourself to cry sometimes. Like sometimes you just gotta let yourself. So I just kind of like cried, let myself feel what I needed to feel, and then handled it like a grown woman and filed a claim, and hopefully they get it fixed or we can find it. Or the thing I like to do is just go in with one of these little razors, and then I kind of just go all over my skin. I like this because it like removes peach fuzz and dead skin as well. Like you should see how much dead skin you have just sitting on your face. It's kind of gross. Got my hair dyeing shirt on. I think I got like 3 shirts I dye my hair with all the time. I use this, the activator that comes in here, because I feel like these suck, you guys. Like they will not, especially if you have like dark color like me, like, or if you just have like darker hair, it's not going to give you that really pretty brown hair color that you want. A few videos on my channel on like how to make your hair have that beautiful chocolate brown hair color, and I'll link them right here, that way you can watch. Today I'm really just focusing on my roots because they're already kind of like coming out, and then whatever's left over I'll just apply it all over my hair. And I'm going to be using this nice and easy hair color 4W dark mocha brown. So I just want to see how it comes out. So here is the hair color. I saw this post and it was talking about like work bullies, like how, you know, so many people bring that, like their emotions to work, you know. And it made me think back at like my jobs, like when I used to go to work and stuff like that. And I feel like at every job I've ever had, there's always been, well, not every job, I feel like in the last 3 jobs I ever had in my life, that for some reason there was always those work bullies or those just mean people that just did not like you, you know, you just did not get along with. Like no matter how hard you try, like sometimes you don't click with certain people, and like you have to accept that, you know. And I feel like sometimes I used to get like so in my feelings, like, well, why do these people treat me like this? Like, what did I do, you know? But then I started learning, like, it's not always about me, you know? Sometimes like people treat you a certain way because of themselves. So about 8 ounces of developer, probably like exactly what we need for this hair. That's awesome. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and mix it together, working at this place, you guys, right? And it was like my first day there. Everybody seemed pretty nice until I met this one girl, right? So what should we name this girl? Let's name her Karen, because obviously, right, everybody hates Karen. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start applying this to my roots. Hopefully this color comes out cute, like the undertone, and it's that's a color that you can actually see in the sun, you know? Like, I don't mind it being dark, I just don't want it to look black. My parents would always tell me, like, you know what, not everyone's gonna like you. You're not gonna, you know, not everyone's gonna like you, and that's okay. So I already had that mentality, but I'm saying hello to everybody. They're introducing me to everybody. Everyone's super awesome, smiling, sweet, really cool. But they've all worked there for a few years already together. So they've already like formed a bond with each other, and then I'm the new girl like coming in. So everybody's saying hi. Like I said, the energy was like cool, laid back, and then I'm like, hey guys, whatever. And I'm saying hi to this chick, and she just gives me the ugliest look, you guys. From like, I just felt her energy was just like, I held my hand out and she didn't even want to shake my hand. She was just looking at me like I don't even know, she was literally like this. Like she wanted me to know that she wasn't vibing with me or liking me. So then I didn't really care about it, so I was like, I'm gonna keep doing my job. So that's what I was doing. So every now and then she'd be like, I'm not here to be your friend, I'm here to work, I'm not here to have friends. But it's like, but you're friendly with everybody. But she was like friendly with everybody except me. So I was like, okay, like I'm not here to be friends either, girl. Like I'm just trying to do my job. And she would always give me attitude, and it's like she was trying to be the boss, you know? So she was always trying to like come for me, and then she'd be like, well, it's because I already done what you're doing, so I'm just trying to tell you, but it was like the way she would speak to me, you guys, it was just so ugly. Like she didn't talk to me the way she talked to anybody else, and that was what was like pissing me off. I didn't stand up for myself, I guess you can say, when I should have at that moment, like snapped back at her, because she was older than me too. And I feel like that was another thing, like my parents would always say, like, oh, you need to respect, you know, people. But she wasn't that much older. Like she was older than me, but not that much older. But still, like I did feel like maybe, you know, I should respect her authority because she has been here longer. But then it got to the point where after a few months, like, girl, I've been here, I've been doing a good damn job. I'm like, girl, you're doing a good job. Like, I knew I was doing an amazing job because I was getting, like, you know, more responsibility. Like, we were always arguing, and it got to the point where I was like, I'm not taking this shit anymore, because people, you know, cheesemans started going around about, like, stuff, things that were said and never said, and it was just like, girl, I'm not gonna be dealing with that crap. Like, with your ugly attitude, always taking it out on me for whatever reason. It got to the point where things were really tense between us, because I started giving her the same energy right back. The manager, of course, she's like, oh my god, this is not how it's supposed to be. I don't want y'all girls, you know, fighting. I don't want y'all girls like causing problems, so y'all need to talk about it. So she was always throwing like low blows, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to put my work down, trying to put myself down. Little remarks that she would say here and there, like if I wouldn't notice, you know, but she was always trying to throw like low-key shade. And it was like, girl, like, you're the one that is telling me like, oh, I don't want to be your friend. Like if I would even try to say something, like she's like, well, I didn't ask you about your weekend because I'm not trying to be your friend. I'm like, what the freak is wrong with this girl? Like, seriously. And then it was like, you don't even work here anymore. Like, you work in a whole nother location. You work in a whole nother area in this building. But she would still find a way, you guys, to come and like to come and say, you're not doing your job. And when I used to work here and when I used to run this part of the office that you're running, like I did this and that, and that's where you're failing at. And I'm like, what the heck? And a meeting, and a mediation meeting, because the manager was there to, like, you know, mediate and make sure everything. I was like, okay girl, what's up? I was nervous as hell because I feel like when you grow up in the hood, like, people don't solve problems with talking. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was my first, like, real grown-up situation where, like, hey, we can't just fight or, like, run away from this problem. Like, you actually have to sit down and solve it. It's me, her, and the manager. And the manager knows. She's been knowing what's up. Like, she knows that she talks to me ugly. Like, she's seen it. She's heard about it. Everything. So she's like, what's going on? Like, what can we do different? And the girl, again, like always, she's like, I'm not here to be your friend. Like, I don't like you, and I'm not gonna like you, and I'm not gonna be your friend. And I was like, okay, but what does you not liking me have to do with my job? Like, that was the thing. I was like, I do my job, and all these times that you try to catch me slipping, like, you can't, because I was doing what I was supposed to do at that time. I was doing what I was supposed to be doing, and you were the one just, like, being ugly about it for whatever reason, you know? I'm like, if I wasn't doing my job, if I was doing something not good enough to the standards of the office, I wouldn't have a job. And it's like, you're not the manager, you're not a supervisor, so stop trying to act like it. Like, if you don't like me, that's cool. If you don't want to be my friend, that's cool. But you don't need to remind me of it. Try to say, like, oh, I just see myself in you, and you have so much potential, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, then why are you trying to tear me down every single day? Telling me bad things, like, how is that making me better? Like, you know, that's why I told her, like, that's not making me any better, and it's not helping us as a team when we continue fighting like this. And I was like, just because you're having a bad day doesn't mean you gotta come take it out on me and think that I'm gonna take it because I'm nice. You know, and just because I'm nice and friendly doesn't mean that I can't defend myself. And I think that's what she thought. I think she thought because I was, like, nice and friendly that I was, like, dingy and, like, stupid and just, like, not taking anything serious. And I didn't like that, because that's exactly how she'd make me feel. Like, she would try to tell me things like, oh, all you care about is getting your hair done and your makeup done. Like, that's all you care about. Like, nothing real. It was just like, I can't explain it, you guys, but just know I hated working with her. I hated being, like, around her energy, because I'd always feel like shit when I would leave. I'd always feel like shit. Even just going to lunch, just during that time, I felt like shit. And I'm like, dude, I don't know why I allow this girl to make me feel so bad about myself, and for what? You know, and, like, talk to me so ugly. And for what? Like, for my job? Like, no. Alright, so let me go ahead and clean up, and I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, so I kind of, like, cleaned myself up just a little bit, because this hair stuff picas so bad. Like, that's why I have to, like, clean myself off after. But now I want to do some skincare, and I want to share with you guys this skincare from Dermalogica that was sent to me. Thank you so much, you guys, for sending it over. This is what we have, you guys. We have the pre-cleanse cleansing gel, and then this is an exfoliator. So I'm gonna go in with the pre-cleanse real quick, just to kind of clean off my skin from the hair dye. Smells so good too. This is very liquidy, and it smells like lemon. Like, very clean. Okay. Oh wow, it's so this pre-cleanse, you guys, it says it's a deep cleansing oil that melts impurities and makeup from your skin. So it's a cleansing oil. Ooh, so exciting. No wonder. I was like, what is this? Oh my gosh. It says it gently rinses away toxins and breeze from the skin, leaving the skin feeling smooth and clean. Ooh. Nice. Let me go check on my baby. One thing I can say, you guys, is this hair color smells so good. Usually hair colors stink, like they stink kind of bad, but this one smells really good. So I'm just gonna let the hair color sit a little while longer, you guys. It's already been on for like 20 minutes, so I'm gonna let it go for another 20 minutes and then I'll wash it off. You guys, so as you can see, my hair is done. It came out like really pretty dark chocolate brown color. Today is Thursday, and I know I showed you guys my hair last night outside, but I wanted to show y'all what it looks like inside. Like, it almost looks black, so it's like a really pretty dark mocha brown. Like, I love it, but it's not black. I'm about to get ready for the day, and I just thought, you know, add it into this video and then we can keep talking about work bullies. Go in with some brow gel, and I like to use the one from Benefit. It is the 24-hour brow setter gel. It's just like a clear gel. I love it because it just holds my brows in place. One thing I've learned about work bullies is that sometimes they're usually the ones that, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but they're usually the ones that are like trying to be the boss's pet, trying to be, you know, the supervisor, that stuff without the title. So it's like, you know, they're walking around acting like they're the supervisor and trying to bring everybody down, I guess, to keep bringing themselves up, you know. I wanted to tell y'all also like about this other work bully that I had at this other job, because I feel like by that point I was already a full-grown adult in even bigger professional settings. So like, and it was like a really good job, so like I didn't want to like mess it up by me being like ugly back to her, you know. But it was crazy because me and this girl, like, we started off friendly. Like, she was such a sweet, nice girl, like when I first met her, and like we were in the same position, you know. She was such a cool person, you know. We'd talk in the mornings. Like, when this girl started getting like more responsibility, like, of course she changed. Like, I feel like that happens with everybody. Like when you have a work friend and like they get a higher position than you, like they have to have like a little bit more authority, you know. And I feel like sometimes they have to show it, which is like totally fine. But this girl didn't get more authority. She just got like another, like, more responsibility, I guess you could say, but not responsibility over others. And that was her problem, was that she thought all of a sudden she had responsibility over like everybody. And the way she started talking to us. Go in with these two concealers. Now I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. hydrating concealer in the satin finish, because it's a concealer I've been trying out for the last few days. I was thinking about how like every work bully I've had, like my issue was the way they speak to me. I would instantly start crying if I didn't like the way the person spoke to me. And I know that obviously isn't good either. To some people, like the way some people talk to them, like it's okay and it doesn't bother. But to other people, the way you talk to them can like trigger them. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that was where I was. She was like, man, I really love the way you do your makeup. Like, it looks so cute. And I was like, oh, thanks, girl. Like, I love doing makeup or whatever. But that was another thing. It was that I never liked telling people from like work what I did, like on the side, like my my side hustles or my hobbies, like YouTube and stuff. Honestly, like I would never tell anybody that I did this stuff. Like I would just kind of like keep it to myself. I don't know, I guess I was shy, you know. I didn't want everybody knowing what I was doing. I didn't want people to find me online or anything like that. So now I'm setting my my under eyes with the banana powder, and I just do it very lightly, and I'm really doing it to like set my nose so it's not. Go in with bronzer. Hey, you guys, I don't know if she searched me or something, but by this point she was already coming off a little rude, and we didn't know why. Like, she just was always just giving, she wasn't being nice anymore, like friendly. Like if she was, like she was only friendly sometimes. And I was like, what is up with this chick, you know? And like the way she would like come talk to you to like ask you a question was just so degrading. That's the word I was looking for. Degrading. the way she would talk to you would degrade what you were doing and the value you bring to the company. And it's like, dude, if I didn't bring value to this company, I wouldn't be here right now. You know what I'm saying? And the workplace that I worked at, it was just so hostile, you guys. I think I talked about this in a similar story. I will link it here. Is like when I quit my job. That was when I quit my last job. Because like I had worked so hard to get that position, you guys. Like honestly, it wasn't easy to get that position. Like it took me years. When I went there and I realized everyone was so miserable, no one spoke to each other, no one would hang out with each other, no one would have lunch together. Even in meetings, you guys, they would have to force our team to have meetings together. Like I'm talking about, we would have a team meeting that the manager would create, and people wouldn't even show up to the meeting because they didn't get having problems with her. And like I said, I had asked my coworker, like, hey, do you have problems with her too? Because at first I thought maybe it's just because the other lady that had been there for like 20 something years, like she was a very soft spoken, quiet person. So maybe she's finding who she can talk to like that, and who, because to other people she wouldn't even talk to like that. She knew damn well if she talked to somebody like that, like they would slap her face off. So that's why I was like, I'm not getting it. Like she knows I'm mad, and she knows, like I know you can feel it. I know you can feel the energy I'm giving you, honey, too. But she would still, you know, she would still do it. One day in specific, I was getting my coffee ready, and then I'm heating up my breakfast in the break room, and she comes in, another lady in there, and we were talking, and she was talking about like what she did that weekend, that she had gone fishing with her husband. And she asked me like, do I go fishing? And I was like, no, I don't go fishing. I was like, my husband does not like fishing, but you know, I was like, I grew up fishing a lot because my dad fished a lot. Work bully comes in, and like I was telling you guys, like if there was other people around, she wouldn't talk to me crazy. Right? So then she starts talking about how much she loves fishing. The first lady walks out. So then it's just me and the work bully, and I'm like, ugh, let me hurry up and get going. And she's like, good morning. And I'm like, good morning. And like, I'm still just getting my stuff. And she's like, she looks at me. She's like, I'm speaking to you. You speak to me when she's like, you speak back to me when I speak to you. And I turned around and I looked at her. Girl. When I tell you that the hood in me, the east side in me wanted to come out so bad, seriously, that was probably the first time ever in my life that I was like, oh hell nah. Like I was afraid of myself. Like, you know, I was like, this girl, like what the heck is your problem? So I said good morning to me. I said good morning to you. Whether you can hear me or not, that's your problem. And I walked out. I was like, I'm not even gonna let her tell me anything else. Like, I'm done. Like, that's enough. You know? Like, anything else you need to tell me? Write that shit in an email. Don't come up to my desk no more. Or don't talk to me no more in public. You know? That's how I was. So anyways, things are still like super hostile in this work environment. And no one is understanding why, that they even had to like hire an outsider to come in and see how we work as a team, to see what is going on. And this lady was so freaking sweet. Like I'm like, wow. Like I knew it wasn't just me, because I was like, if they have to hire someone from a whole, like outsource somebody to come here and like see how we're running things because things aren't right, then it's not me. It's not me being overly sensitive. Like this place is toxic. So anyway, so this lady is like sitting with everybody that works there and like seeing what we do and like what do you do? What does your job do? How does it connect to the team? You know? So I'm telling her everything. This is this day that she's sitting with me finally. And I was nervous as hell, you guys, because I have hella anxiety. Social anxiety is like one of my biggest problems. Like, I love talking with people, but once I'm like comfortable and like warmed up, you know? So I was already hella nervous. So then I'm there telling this lady everything that we're doing. Then the work bully comes. This was the first time she's ever bullied me in front of anybody else, right? So she comes and she's like, Leslie, what did you do to this, you know, I don't know, let's just say papers. What did you do to these papers that I had right here? Like, you deleted them. Where are the files? I need the backups. And I was just in shock because one, I had no idea what she was talking about. Like she was talking about something, like later on I found out she was talking about something that happened 2 weeks ago that had barely hit her computer. So she was like looking through it. But it's like, girl, you knew on our work calendar that my time was scheduled with this lady. That's what bothered me the most. Like you walked up there, you saw that that lady was sitting there, and you still had the audacity to talk to me like that, question my work to make it seem like I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing, and just to make me look bad, you know? That time though, I did lose it. Like that time when the coffee break room, when she talked to me like that. So this was the second time, but it was even worse because I was trying to be professional and friendly and, you know, to someone else, telling them what I do, and then here comes some girl downgrading me, yelling at me, literally yelling at me, to the point where the lady was like, excuse me, like you don't need to be talking to your employee like that. Dude, I got up and I had to run away. Like I had to just get away from there because I was so afraid of what the heck I was gonna do. Like I literally wanted to slap this girl so bad because I was just so freaking tired of it. Like, dude, I'm freaking tired of you thinking you can talk to people like that. Talk to me like that. Like, no, you're not gonna talk to me like that. So instead, I literally was gonna go to the restroom and cry, but I was like, fuck that. Instead, I went to the manager, I went and I slammed her door and I started crying in there. And she was like, what's going on? And I was literally just bawling tears of anger. I was so angry. I was like, dude, I'm in here because if I'm not in here, I don't know what I'm gonna do if I'm out there. That's all I'm gonna say. And she was like, okay, calm down, take a seat, breathe. And I was just telling her like, look, I know I'm a dramatic person. I know I'm sensitive, but the way that lady just talked to me, like if she talks to me like that again, I cannot tell you that I'm not gonna hurt her and that something's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to defend myself. Like, I'm not going to allow this lady to keep doing this to me. And the manager was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, you know what? You're not the first person that came up to me about her. So let's go ahead and have a meeting. So I was like, dude, this is the second bully I've ever had to confront. Like, what the hell? So I was like, you know what? At this point, I was already like, yeah, bring her in here. Bring her in here because we about to throw hands, you know? So she brings her in here. And then we start talking. So of course the manager was like, what's going on? And I straight up tell her like, you know, I don't know what your deal is, but ever since like, I'm like, I feel like you changed. Like we were cool at one point and now like the way you talk to me is very degrading or whatever. And she's like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. She's like, I'm just here to do my job. And if other people aren't doing their job, then I'm gonna call them out. And I was like, okay, that's cool. But I'm like, you don't need to talk to the people the way you do just because you're trying to call them out. I'm like, it's very offensive. I'm like, so from this point forward, I don't want you to speak to me unless it's going to be via email. Do not speak to me. You know, I'm like, we don't need to have conversations with each other if we can't communicate correctly. You know, if we can't communicate, then let's just write it per email. Strict black and white, CCing managers so we're on the same page. You know, that's the only way that this is not going to happen again, you know? And like literally that's what the manager told her too. She's like, don't speak to her no more, just like let her be or whatever. And that's what she told us, so just keep away from each other, you know? And honestly, that's what I did. And after that, like the energy was just hella bad with her. Like, I don't know, you guys, it was just ugly. It was just an ugly experience. And like that was my first time I ever had to like really, you know, because I did care about that job to some extent because it was a very like high professional job. Like I was happy, but then I was sad at the same time because it wasn't anything that I thought it was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? But that was probably like my worst work experience, bully, because like, just like I said, because I was like more professional. Like back in the day, you guys, when I was like working in the hood at CC's Pizza and I was in high school, like if somebody that you were working with was like talking crap to you, like literally we just fight each other. Like high school, like you cannot do that anymore once you're an adult and like you're in a professional setting. Like you can't be fighting people anymore. Like you just don't do that. You can't be slapping people or be like, hey bitch, you don't talk to me like that. Like you can't be doing that, you know? So I was like, girl, you can't be doing that. So you need to calm down. You need to bring it down. And that was another thing. Like I knew I was a highly sensitive person. So like sometimes that was another reason why like I feel like I pushed so hard for my own goals and my own, you know, my own business and my own brand entrepreneurship, because like I know that I don't like dealing with if people can't respect you, if people can't, you know, talk to you the way they're supposed to be talking to you, then I don't want to deal with it. It's hard for me to deal with a lot of people at once, and it's hard for me to deal with like a lot of people on an everyday basis. So for me, having my own job, having my own thing, it's always been my goal, you guys, because I don't have to listen to anybody. I don't have to, you know, deal with other people's emotions, because like all that they're dealing with, they bring it to the job and then they take that out on everybody. And that's the point. They think that people don't realize that, you know, and it's like, we do. And with this lady, how she would like come, like she would be mean to me, you guys, and the next thing you know, she'd be like, your lashes are cute, but they look kind of off. Like something looks off about them. Or maybe it's your eyes. Maybe one's bigger than the other or something. And like she'd walk out and I'd be sitting there like, what are you talking about, lady? Like what? Like that's the kind of stuff that I'm telling you that she would do. But it was like an everyday thing. And it got to the point where it just wasn't enjoyable anymore, you know? So if you're also dealing with a work bully, I hope that you understand that most likely it has nothing to do with who you are. It could just be like your presence, your energy just makes them feel infuriated or makes them feel some type of way, either about themselves, about what they do, their job. Sometimes it's not you, you guys. Or sometimes, I mean, fuck it. It can be you. It can just be who you are, your energy, whatever, that intimidates or does something to this person to make them react the way that they do. But something I've learned is when you're dealing with this person, if you have to deal with them, do it in a way that's always going to have your back and can also save you from the way that they talk to you, because most likely they're not going to call you stupid or whatever in an email, because that's something that can be traced back. You know what I'm saying? So try your hardest to have less verbal communication with this person and do everything in writing. Emails are seriously the best way to hold everybody accountable, because if anything crazy does happen where you have to, you know, snatch someone's head real quick, at least you have proof that you've been dealing with this for so long, and you can show it with that paper trail. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell the manager like, hey, I've already brought this to your attention like so many times. Well, anyways, with that environment, you guys, it was just so hostile that I just couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take it anymore. And I mentioned to you in my video where I said I quit my job. That's when I decided like, I'm out, peace. Like, it just wasn't for me, and I've been happier, so much happier ever since I left that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.